has cemented its image as a global power that understands the struggles of post-colonial nations. Russia, while no stranger to its own controversial foreign interventions, presents itself as a partner who respects the sovereignty of African states and is willing to offer support without the hidden costs often associated with Western aid. This positioning resonates strongly with countries like Burkina Faso, which have long struggled with the weight of colonial legacies and the continuing influence of former colonial powers in their internal affairs. However, it's important to note that this alignment with Russia is also about more than just rejecting the West. It's about the pragmatics of survival in a deeply unstable region. Burkina Faso, like many other countries in the Sahel, has been left to face the threat of insurgencies with limited support from traditional Western allies. The country is in the midst of a security crisis, and the decision to embrace Russia is, in many ways, a reflection of the urgent need for external military assistance in securing the regime and the country as a whole. Russia's willingness to provide this support, without the political conditionality often imposed by Western powers, makes it an appealing option for Traore and his government, who see this as a lifeline in a time of crisis. In addition, the increasing Russian presence in Burkina Faso signals a broader shift in the geopolitics of the Sahel. As Western countries, particularly France, withdraw from the region due to growing anti-colonial sentiment and local resistance, Russia is stepping in to fill the vacuum. Burkina Faso's alignment with Russia may set a precedent for other nations in the region, especially those seeking to distance themselves from Western interventions. This trend could spark a broader realignment in Africa, as countries increasingly turn to Russia and China for support, shifting the balance of power in favor of non-Western powers. As Burkina Faso's political and security situation remains precarious, the future of Captain Ibrahim Traore's regime hangs in the balance. Despite successfully thwarting multiple coup attempts, including the most recent, and bolstering his leadership with Russian military support, Traore faces an uphill battle to maintain control over the country. The complex web of insurgencies, internal divisions, and international scrutiny creates a fragile environment where the stability of his government is continually at risk. The question now is whether Traore can build on his successes or whether the challenges ahead will overwhelm his efforts to secure Burkina Faso's future. One of the most pressing issues Traore faces is the ongoing threat from insurgent groups operating in the Sahel. The country has seen a sharp increase in attacks on military, civilian, and government targets, contributing to the displacement of over 1 million people. These insurgencies have become a central challenge for Traore's government, and despite his efforts to combat them, the security situation remains dire. The deployment of Russian forces, including the highly trained commandos sent to protect Traore, is a direct response to these threats. However, the effectiveness of this foreign military intervention remains to be seen. While Russian forces have certainly provided immediate protection to Traore and key government figures, the long-term security of the country relies on more than just external military support. Traore's government must address the root causes of the insurgencies, including the lack of infrastructure, economic opportunity, and effective governance in the regions most affected by militant violence. Furthermore, the challenge of unifying the country is a major obstacle for Traore. Since taking power, his government has faced significant opposition from various sectors of society, including political elites, military factions, and civil society groups. These divisions have been exacerbated by Burkina Faso's economic hardships, particularly the rising cost of living and the disruption of vital services due to the ongoing violence. While Traore has enjoyed support from parts of the population, especially those disillusioned with the former government's ties to France and the West, his administration has struggled to win over the broader public. The internal political fragmentation is compounded by the historical legacy of military coups in Burkina Faso. The country has experienced...
Lovely viewers, welcome to AMF4 TV. My name is Richard Che. I hope you are fine. Okay, we are talking about how African leaders has to be united by this an influential leader, Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore. There is a video on social media, especially on our handles, that we have to share it to you for you people to comment on it, on how statements he has been making all these days. We'll keep on updating you on this issue, but don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of this video as well as similar videos like this. Let's listen to whatever he said and on social media to see, and then also don't forget to comment when you watch this video. Kindly also not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share this video for people to also watch and like us.
Experienced frequent changes in leadership, with the military playing a central role in shaping political power. This has created a culture of political instability, where loyalty to the regime is often questioned, and rival factions within the military seek to undermine one another. The recent failed coup attempt is a vivid reminder of these tensions. Despite Traore's efforts to consolidate his power, the risk of further military opposition remains high. The loyalty of the armed forces, particularly the Presidential Guard, is essential for Traore's survival, but the divisions within the military are difficult to overcome. Beyond the security and political challenges, Burkina Faso's economic situation presents a serious concern for Traore's government. The country's economic growth has stagnated due to the escalating violence and the disruption of vital industries, such as agriculture and mining. The country's gold resources, which have become a key part of its economic base, are also at the center of international disputes, with accusations of corruption and mismanagement undermining their potential to benefit the Burkinabe people. Traore's government must find a way to leverage these resources to promote long-term economic growth and development, while ensuring that they do not fall prey to foreign exploitation. Russia's involvement, however, could also create economic opportunities for Burkina Faso, especially in the mining sector. Russia has shown a strong interest in African resources, and its growing presence in the country could bring investments and support for key infrastructure projects. However, this would require Traore's government to strike a delicate balance between benefiting from Russian support and maintaining control over its own resources. The involvement of foreign powers in Burkina Faso's natural wealth has historically been a source of exploitation, and Traore must ensure that this does not become a new avenue for external influence over the country's economy. On the international stage, Traore's alignment with Russia is not without risks. While Russia has provided military support and offered an alternative to Western-backed interventions, the geopolitical ramifications of this shift could have significant consequences. Western countries, particularly France, have expressed concern over Burkina Faso's growing ties with Moscow, with some accusing Traore of aligning with a power that has its own interests in Africa. As Western powers reconsider their engagements in the region, particularly in the wake of rising Chinese and Russian influence, Burkina Faso's decision to pivot away from France could further isolate the country. Traore must carefully navigate these tensions, ensuring that his alignment with Russia does not lead to further diplomatic fallout with the West, especially as the country still requires international aid and development assistance to stabilize its economy. Despite the mounting challenges, there are opportunities for Traore to build a more resilient Burkina Faso. His government must focus on governance reforms that improve the lives of ordinary Burkinabés and address the underlying causes of discontent. This includes creating jobs, improving infrastructure, and addressing the human rights concerns that have plagued the country. Securing Burkina Faso's sovereignty, while continuing to engage with international powers, will be key to ensuring the country's future stability. Do you think Traore's fixes can save Burkina Faso and keep him alive? Is he making a mistake? Let us know in the comment section. Can anyone defeat Traore?
Welcome back. I hope you watched the video, and I hope you've taken note of whatever statements he made in the video. Kindly not to forget to also subscribe, also comment on the video to see your ideas on what Ibrahim Traore is doing, how he's influencing African countries to also unite them for development. AMF4 TV has a lot of pack as this issue is concerned. We will always update you on this issue because AMF4 TV is an entertainment, political and social network TV. Kindly not to forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of these videos as well as other entertaining videos. My name is Richard Che.
Arise, gather youth.